Go to our correspondent Shachar Peled, who's standing by in the north of Israel, now in the town of Metula on the border here with Lebanon. Shachar, now, good to speak to you this evening there. After last night with some flare-up in the region there, we know rockets were fired out of Syria and Lebanon just last night, sounding alarms in the region up there for people who've known some quiet for the better part of years now, since the war in 2006. What's the atmosphere there this evening?
Absolutely, David. Good evening. It's been a relatively calm day here in the northern border of Israel, following a not very quiet night. As you mentioned, there were 5 122mm Grad rockets fired from Syria into the Golan Heights, exploding in open areas, and 2 more rockets fired from Lebanon last night into the Upper Galilee area, one hitting a residential area straight directly into a building where 2 children were lightly wounded, and dozens of more people suffered from shock and anxiety attacks. But today was relatively calm. We've actually seen some tourists coming to the area where we stand, and the north, which is not very used to this situation, is indeed concerned that one of its most popular zones of tourism will indeed be hurt, especially at this time of the year. The guest house are usually packed with people. Thus far, no organization has taken any responsibility over these attacks, and the IDF hasn't responded as well. And this is still a possibility of Palestinian small cells inside Lebanon as an act of solidarity with their brothers in the Gaza Strip. As we've seen in the past month, this is not the first time during this operation we've seen fire from the northern border, but as the concerns here gradually rise, people are trying to stay optimistic and hope this will not resume once again here in the north.
Well, Shachar, the people, are you getting the sense, I mean, these are people who may recently not have dealt with the issues of rocket fire, but certainly it's not a new concept to the people of this region now. Are you getting a sense of that people aren't too afraid of a flare-up in the north, or are people very worried up there about the war reaching their area as well?
Well, David, since the latest escalation was really in 2006 with the Second Lebanese War, people have gotten used to this more quiet situation. Although we've seen the issue of the tunnel threat rising also here in the north, some of the residents of the villages really bordering Lebanon and Syria have been complaining of some noises they've been hearing in the past couple of weeks and months underneath their homes, and are very concerned about a possible infiltration of terrorists or militants, whether from Palestinian cells or from Hezbollah, underneath their homes. Others are saying that this is not a possibility, and that they are very calm and are trying to, in general, make this area much more calmer, as it seems in the media. But as we've mentioned, in the past several years, the north hasn't known much fire, and are trying to continue with this atmosphere of calm and peace and quiet, and also of course, inviting many residents from the north, from the south, from the south to seek some quiet here in the guest houses and the open hostels, to try and calm down from what is going on in their homes. They are hosting them, and with hopes that there will be no escalation here in the border.
Well, thank you very much, Shachar Peled, our correspondent, standing by in Israel's northern border now with Lebanon. We'll come back for any updates to her there.